Welcome, Sports Life Talk family, where anything that is not sports is just talk. I know I didn't say that exactly right. This is episode 35, NFL Homecoming, and we have Buckeye Britt ready to get in the game.
Yes, put me in.
Let's see your touchdown dance real quick.
Oh,
oh my.
Wow. Nailed it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to have to learn that one.
And I'll do it again. I'll teach you guys. I'll send you a step-by-step guide.
Perfect. I'm going to need you to make a TikTok out of that.
Done.
And I am your O-line bae, and your host for this evening is Ms. El Paso.
Buenos días y buenas noches. I don't know what that was about. I mean, Brittany did a whole dance, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
Ms. El Paso had to show out.
With red lipstick.
You're a better dancer.
There is no doubt about that.
What up, Hammer?
What's up, Hammer?
Ladies on.
You made it home safe. Thank you for joining us.
He just flew in today, right?
Some of us are home. Others are not. I am not home. I am in the beautiful sand, dirt plains of West Texas.
I'm not jealous. I don't know, maybe a little bit.
I actually have an office for this evening, so I do feel a little bit more important.
I mean, you're no longer in witness protection.
Exactly.
You're like, I love that you're wearing beach wear to the desert. Like that's amazing. It's like, I don't care. I don't care if I'm at the desert in the middle of nowhere. You're going to recognize that I deserve to be on the beach right now.
Yeah. Well, I was just getting ready. Like, I don't want to flash the girls just like right in view, but my dress has bananas on it.
Oh, that's cute.
Let me see them.
No.
Oh.
No. You don't want to get punched in the face this early on in the episode.
Hey, across the pond, how you doing? Thank you for joining. And Hammer, that draft event was everything. We're going to be talking about that later on today. What is everyone drinking right now?
We've got a recap. All right. Well, I have water with hydration powder in it because I went from the desert of Las Vegas to the desert of West Texas. And I have been running rigs all day long, and I am extremely dehydrated.
Water. Okay. Water. I'm drinking tainted water. It is day 10 today. Day 10. It's the Imperial Stout from Southern Star Brewery, and this one's a little bit more hoppy than what I expected. It's called Turon. But I just want to say that Southern Star Brewery is now offering mimosas at their location up north. So I'm excited about that because if they mix that Sunday brunch beer with the mimosas, you're gonna be lit.
That is a great idea.
It is a great idea.
And Coach is drinking Snapple. He says water, no diet Snapple. I don't believe him. He's probably drinking some peach diet Snapple right now.
Top of top.
Exactly. All right. The reason why I'm going to move really quickly through the agenda so we can get to the recap is because there's a lot to talk about. It's not just the events that happened, but also the actual draft itself, which we're probably going to speed through that too because there's way too much to talk about. All right. Let's go to fact check against the glass.
All right. Well, speaking of the draft, Ms. El Paso, the Bears traded Khalil Mack, my favorite player on the current team, for the 48th second round pick. So that already hacked me off. We then, on our 48th pick, acquired a safety from Penn State instead of O-line. And 39, which was our first pick in the second round, we had a cornerback also instead of O-line. So we did not get an O-line until round 5, number 168th pick from Southern Utah. Didn't even know that university existed. I'm sure he's great though. And so therefore my fact check tonight after that rant, I guess you could say like I'm kind of player hating the Bears picks tonight. So that's my player hater. Is that, however, 48th round has delivered 3 Hall of Famers. One, Dwight Stevenson, 1980 from the Dolphins. And to shout out to our Raider Nation, the second was Howie Long, 1981 from the Raiders. And then Leroy Butler from 1990, the Packers. And this is the 4th straight year and 6th time in the last 7 drafts that the 48th pick has been traded. Why people want the 48th pick is beyond me. Yes, Katie Dammit Fields is going to be running for his life. They ended up getting 2 O-line, but I mean, so far down in the draft picks that it's like, okay. No, I think they got 3 actually when it was all said and done, but not starting until 5th round. So
let me ask you this, Elena. Will you be attending a Bears game this season?
I hope to. And in fact, I'm going to put this juju out there right now because you put it out into the universe, it will happen. We have discussed with 2 different
All right, Yoda.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so we have discussed, I know somebody that has a suite at Cowboy Stadium. Graphic Raider, whom we hung out with last weekend, knows somebody that has a suite at Cowboy Stadium. So the Bears game that I am hoping to attend and hope that we have a live show for you that evening will be the Bears-Cowboys game in Dallas. So no, I do not plan on going to Chicago for a game unless it's against the Texans. I think they play the Texans in Chicago. But I am planning to make that Dallas Bears game happen.
Ooh, that's going to be quite a game.
Yes.
That's going to be lit. That's going to be great.
Well, and like I said, putting it out into the atmosphere, we, Sports Life Talk Dallas, Sports Life Talk South, will hopefully be live from the game.
I know that Dallas would be really excited if that happens, they'll be excited.
Brittany and I will be the only Bears fans there live.
That's okay.
That's all right.
That's okay.
That's okay. We'll represent.
Well, I don't want to go last because I'm about to get reamed for my fact check. And this is no diss, but I'm doing this fact check right now because I truly believe that we've learned our lesson and we're better than this. And because of that, like, watch out this season. That's how I feel. So we got to talk about the past because we have a better future. So the biggest bust in NFL history was Jamarcus Russell, LSU pick from the Raiders, 2007, did nothing, had no passion, said he cared, but he really didn't care, gained a whole bunch of weight, did absolutely nothing. And it hurts me to say that that's my fact check and that it's out there in the Google universe. But I will say this. We are better than that. We learned from 2007. I will say our picks this year were a little better. I wasn't mad about it. I'm okay with it. We're going to work with it. But, you know, it's like that one X that you're like, I'll never do that again. Jamarcus Russell will never do that again. And Jamarcus, he may have not liked the NFL, but he's now coaching quarterbacks in Alabama at a high school. So maybe that's what his calling was always supposed to be. So salute to him. He was a Raider for 2.2 seconds. But yeah, that's my fact check. So I didn't want to leave it on the low, leaving it on the high because we are that team.
Well, and I have to tell you, I got to give a shout out to Mount Shieldmore and their live. I know we're going to talk about this, but just for a fact check, their live party that they had during the draft, during the first, second, and third round. You know, it's hard to wait for your team to pick in the second round. I don't even care. Like maybe if they're first 10 in the second round, but when you have to wait for 38, when you've got to wait for 48 or 39, 48, 56, like I'm already like wanting to be drinking somewhere else by that time. So I don't know if you go back and you watch Hammer's live feed, you will see the entire room waiting for that second round draft pick, and the room goes crazy and they're jumping up and down and screaming. So shout out to the real fans of the Raiders.
Yes. Brittany, what's your fact check?
Well, my fact check about this year's NFL draft was that there was only 6 Ohio State players drafted this year, which is pretty low on the average. However, I was very excited that 3 went in a row because obviously you celebrate the first one, then you get to celebrate the next one, and then the next one, and then it's kind of like crickets for a little while. But I'm excited about the draft. And then I like the fact that Master Teague went to the Bears. I hope he makes a spot. I think that I really liked him when he was playing. He didn't play at all last year. I don't think he wanted to get hurt so that he could play in the NFL. But hopefully him and Justin Fields can do some of that magic like they had before. And I'm now thinking I'm going to have to become a Saints fan because the Saints is like mini Ohio State football team.
Please don't say that.
Chris Olave.
Don't say that because I like watching the Saints. I like watching the Saints. Don't say that. That they are not a mini Ohio State. Never. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just ignoring you.
There was a silence, and I was like, "What's going on?"
No. First of all, she's not a turncoat. She's not going to turn her back on the Bears, especially since the guy is going to the Bears.
Yeah,
what?
That's not going to happen. They tried to recruit me this past weekend, though, in Las Vegas. So the Raiders.
I'm sure they did.
You guys, I was this close into getting Elena into the Raiders jacket and doing a whole video of it. But yeah, it didn't happen.
No. The last minute I ducked out.
No, what she did is she was like, Misty, look, chicken fried rice. And I was like, yay.
Yum. That sounds good too. I'm hungry.
Chicken fried rice works every time.
Yeah, that's what happened. So whatever.
Okay, real quick, let's tell everybody. Let's go down the list of what we did at the NFL draft this weekend very quickly. Ms. El Paso and I attended the NFL draft Thursday, Friday. We came home late on Saturday. Friday, immediately when I got there, Ms. El Paso had a glass of champagne waiting for me.
Thursday,
sorry. I always think it's right. It's Thursday. Yes, I know, right? Ms. El Paso, you got me. I know you feel me. So she had a glass of champagne waiting for me. I quickly changed. We stayed at the Renaissance. Shout out to the Renaissance. It's a little bit off the strip, but it's right next to the rail. And they were fantastic. They treated us like we were platinum and really appreciated. So anyway, we jumped on the rail, went down to the fan zone, got right in the mix of things. I mean, immediately she and I were in the middle. We could see the stage. We were with all the fans. A lot of families, kids, and strollers, which I would not recommend. So maybe we can make this a kid-free zone in Kansas City next year.
Well, let me say this about Vegas and the link. They did it right. This was, to me, I mean, I've watched a lot of different drafts, and I see the theater. I see that there's only 300 people who are invited to get to see, the whole thing happen. What I appreciate from Vegas is that every fan was a part of that whole party, that whole transaction, that whole event. So you didn't feel like, hey, I'm not in the actual section part where it has the seats, but I'm still there and I could see everything. The music, it was, and this is why we're calling it the NFL homecoming. If you go back to your homecoming and your college, your college homecoming parties and your tailgating, that's exactly where it was. Everybody was saying hi to each other. They never met each other in person, but knew each other from chats or podcasts. It was a time where fans can wear their jerseys that are, mint condition, one of a kind, whatever. and everybody wanted to take pictures with them. Everybody was asking them where they got it. It was a time. It was just it was 32 teams of fanatics just going cray, and I liked it better than Super Bowl.
Oh, I completely agree. I mean, I went to the Super Bowl in Houston, and this was, I felt like a much better experience. Everybody was having fun, like you said. Honestly, nobody was really hating. There was me maybe at one point in time standing behind a Green Bay Packers fan with an Aaron Rodgers jersey, but we won't get into that. But other than that, nobody was really hating. And so we had a great time in the fan zone. We then took the rail to the Bellagio, where they had another stage set up with live music, interviews going on all day and all the evening, and had been invited by Hammer to the Charles Woodson whiskey event. We got to meet Charles Woodson, 18-year Raiders and Packer Heisman Trophy winner. We're not going to talk about the university that he played at because it shall not be named. And he let me take a picture with him in my Bears jersey, which I thought was super cool. Talked to him for a little bit. He stayed the entire time. He held up Hammer's belt, took a ton of pictures with the guys, talked to the guys. Like, he was the real deal. So big shout out to Charles Woodson. You've got a new fan in me.
You have a new fan in me too, because your whiskey was on point. The Woodson whiskey, I'm sorry. For a Michigan fan to have good whiskey is surprising. Because they were not the partiers. So I was like, I wasn't expecting them to have a good whiskey. But obviously the Oakland Raiders put a little twist in him because that whiskey was legit.
It was really good. Now his wine, I don't know that I would recommend the wine, but definitely try the whiskey.
I'm not going to drink whiskey.
If you're like me and you live in the hood, that wine was perfectly fine. And I was like, I looked at Elena, I was like, girl, I was like, this is smooth, it's good. And Elena just gave me this look like, you're so cute. Like, you're so good. Like, girl, you have fun with this.
Buckeye Brit, I went like this.
Yeah. We know Misty's taste in wine is a little different than ours.
Yeah. The Boone's Farm is the best wine ever, and you guys just need to say yes to that. Okay,
she likes a little dust on the bottle. What can we say? Okay, so anyway, so we hung out with, like I said, Mount Shieldmore, and we met a ton of people. The highlight of my evening, aside from getting to meet the guys, was that one of Hammer's fans recognized Ms. El Paso and I.
Famous, made it.
He recognized us.
All over her.
Said, he told his daughter, I know those two girls.
How old was his daughter?
She was like our age, I feel.
And she's younger
than us, but not, I don't think too much younger.
Her name was Felicia, right?
Yes, yeah. Shout out to Felicia and Russ. We're going to have them on the show, actually. They're coming on the show.
Fun.
Hammer already knows that he has to come back on the show. People loved that episode. So, Hammer, you better start bringing up your Tuesday evenings. Mm-hmm.
And here's why I want to give a really big shout out to Felicia, because she gave me this cup, and you could see it's like Star Wars with the Raiders on it. She, at that actual event, was like, you can have this. Girl, Felicia, I love this. This is like my new favorite cup. And especially with May 4th coming around the corner. Okay, keep going.
Is that a Yoda on it?
It does. Not your Yoda, my Yoda.
So that was Thursday night. Friday, we woke up, we went to the pool for a little bit, and we were really gearing up for Mount Shieldmore's live feed from the draft. So we got there about Ms. El Paso, by 4 p.m., 5 p.m.?
Yeah.
And the guys, so the Ahern's Hotel had this set up for the guys that was beautiful. It was a really, really cool room. They had all of the cameras set up, their laptops. There were all of their logos and their pictures were everywhere. I was like, these guys are for sure famous. And then at the very end, they invited Ms. El Paso and I. Well, not the very end, but before we had to leave, they had us come on and say hello. Of course, Ms. El Paso did her Raiders wrap, Her body roll.
I didn't do enough body roll, but that was because it was a family event, and I didn't feel like everybody needed to see the body roll in full effect.
Yeah, so you've got to go to Dresses and Salted Pretzels Instagram to check out the video from Mount Shieldmore's live with Ms. El Paso doing the Raiders rap and the body roll on it.
But let me just say this. For Mount Shieldmore, Elena kept saying over and over during the weekend, where are all the other podcasts for the other NFL teams? She was like, because this is legit. She was like, this is where it's at. Like, you guys, the Raider Nation really had a phenomenal podcast about the draft. Like the whole thing was amazing. And there wasn't one moment that was boring. It was like they were talking about every single team. They were talking about the Raiders. And what I loved about it is that they brought their fans in. Like they brought them into the fold and they highlight them. It was just, again, that was the synergy that I really appreciated from that weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And then after that, we were invited to a private wine tasting. Ms. El Paso, you want to talk about that?
I don't know if I want to, because then we really will be in witness protection. Elena, I don't even want to say who invited us, but we got invited through another person to a J Prince event. J Prince also has a wine out, and he has a rosé, a sparkling rosé. And it was supposed to be at a mansion, which I think in Las Vegas it's probably a mansion, but in Houston it's called the suburbs. And it was nice. So just let me just be real. It was J Prince and Willie D, right, from the Ghetto Boys. So I'm expecting all the hosts to show up, which they did. And then I'm expecting like all the dudes to show up, which they kind of did. But I expected a really like lively party. When we got there at 9. It started at 8:30, so we were too early, and we were the first guests there. The other thing is nobody talked. Everybody was quiet. Everybody was hush hush. When Willie D and J Prince came in, it was like everybody just stopped what they were doing and were just staring. And I was like, dude, are we gonna get killed? I mean, what's going on? Everybody was quiet. They told us when we walked in, we're not opening up any bottles until J Prince gets here. That was like, well, damn. I mean, who knows what time he's gonna get here? I'm thirsty.
Yeah,
like,
you only invited 45 people. Hey, real quick, Ms. El Paso. Katie Dammit, the draft is in Kansas City next year, so we can go get some good barbecue. Soldier, are you asking to send the link to Hammer's live that he's doing? Is he going live right now, or are you talking about from the NFL draft? Because I can go find that and I'll send that.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, we got caught up on time and the recap, but yeah, we went to that wine party. That was interesting. And then after that, we went back to the hotel and cried because Brittany wasn't with us. And that made me really sad, because if it was the trifecta, which it will be next year.
Yeah,
it will be next year. It's going down. That's all I got to say. Maybe it was better that we weren't all together for Vegas, because that would have been crazy. But next year, we're all going to be together in Kansas City, and y'all got to be ready for that.
I don't think that people understand the difference of 2 of us versus 3 of us.
Facts.
And the energy level difference.
This is
facts. Lots of laughter.
All right, let me get
body rolling.
A lot of body rolling. All right, let me quickly talk about the celebrity gossip. Post Malone got his girlfriend knocked up. Hip, hip, hooray. I don't know what that means. Just means he got his girlfriend knocked up. All right. Now I got to go into the Kardashians, because this is all that TMZ cares about. Kardashians won against China, Black China, in a lawsuit. Who cares? I knew that was going to happen. They probably played all the jurors for that. But Kim Kardashian wore Marilyn Monroe's dress from JFK's birthday party to the Met Gala ball last night. Surprised that her ass fit in it, because Marilyn Monroe's ass was not that big, but somehow, some way she did it. Exactly, AD, who cares? But this is my celeb gossip. It's been a slow celebrity gossip. Like, I got nothing. There's nothing.
You know that she only wore the real clothes up the stairs.
I have a retraction for you from last week. So Mizz El Paso talked about Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers breaking up last week. And I said, that happened a long time ago. And she was like, really? Because TMZ just told me it happened today. So the retraction is on me. They broke up and ended their engagement in February, of this year. However, they got back together, which I did not know that they got back together. And we're seeing at a wedding, holding hands. So they have now broken up for a second time. So Mizz El Paso, my retraction for you.
Thank you. And I think maybe my celebrity gossip needs to start having some friends gossip, which people will probably hate me for that, but I don't know.
I would love it. I'm here for it.
I feel like I need some more gossip. I need better gossip. This ain't working out for me.
Yeah. Katie, damn it. They are definitely both freaking weirdos. And Aaron Rodgers needs to get off the meth because he is looking busted. SC Experience, we definitely missed you this last weekend. We wish we could have met you.
Yes. I do have one more celebrity gossip. Pete Davidson on some real hoe shit put the initials of Kim Kardashian's kids' names as a tattoo on his like right here. I don't know, clavicle, on his clavicle. That's some hoe shit. Like, those are not your kids. You've been with her for 2.2 seconds. Like, let's not do that. Let's not disrespect Kanye like that. Kanye's crazy, but like, Pete, you doing too much. You doing too much. He drank the juice. He is all in that clan. He doing too much. But I digress. That was my celebrity gossip because we only got like 3 or 4 minutes left.
All right. So for my players' anthem tonight, this goes out to everyone that lives in the desert and everybody else that lives where there is water and cannot handle the dry heat, because I have needed some serious hydration since Vegas. Went and got 2 drips from Restore. My lovely ladies at Restore always get me in 2 bags. Okay. I dropped 2 bags, not 1. And I am still dehydrated. So this week's player anthem is Toby Nigwiwe with Hydration.
Yes.
Yes. And if you don't know who Toby is, he is from Houston, and he is one of the best phenoms to come out in the past. Well, it's been a minute, but let's just say 5 years.
Yeah, no, the concert was amazing. If you ever get to see him in live, definitely do it. The dude is awesome. And I think he's changing up. I've been seeing him in less mint green stuff. So I feel like there's another album coming up.
All right. So trying to send Hammer this link. I texted it to him. He was like, send it on Instagram. I mean, come on, guy. I only got time to send this link one time. Let me see if I can send it to him on Instagram. So he
all right. Well, while you're doing that, I just want to say we have a couple of shout outs. One, happy birthday to Elena's godson, who is also our
hey.
Hold on. She just brought him on. Does this mean we're staying on for like 10 hours?
No.
Because
you get like 3 minutes.
Are we kidnapped again?
No, you get 3 minutes because we're not going over your time.
I was like, man. Hammer will go in for like a good 10 minutes. And it doesn't even feel like 10 hours. All right.
I don't know. Look, my back was hurting after that one. I was like walking around like an old lady, but what's new?
No shit. Facts.
Hammer, so what did you think of your pod? I mean, I'm asking you about your own podcast, but how did you feel? How did you think about your live overview of the draft?
It was great. It was a great turnout. The whole experience itself was just amazing, surreal, so many other words that I can use right now for it. But to have the nation out there with us, for them to embrace us the way they did, it was a great experience. Definitely an unforgettable thing. We actually had one of our followers, one of our viewers, give us all a gift, and we got these autographed mini helmets by various players.
What?
Cool.
And
wow.
so shout out to Brave Raider. Not sure if he's watching, but he comes up to me. He's like, I know your favorite number's 3, so I got this for you. So it's former quarterback, late quarterback. He actually recently passed about 2 weeks ago. Daryl LaMonica.
Rest in peace, Daryl.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
The flag football game was a huge success. The overall event at the Ahern was it was phenomenal. I had such a great time and had a great time hanging out with everybody and just interacting with everybody. We had the opportunity our first day out. We had a barbecue at one of our guys' houses. Shout out to Thor. He had the OGs of the Black Hole, so Violator, Gorilla Rilla, Senor Raider. We're all hanging out with them, grilling, chilling. It was a great time. It was an absolutely great time. And for my first time, my very first time being in Vegas, it was just an amazing experience.
Was that your first time doing any draft stuff?
Yes and no. So last year I was working, unfortunately. So for round 1, what I did was I was using the Canva app, and I got every single pick. I was uploading it on IG like the second it came out. And I had people like, what the hell? Like, how are you doing this so quickly? I was like, I don't know. It's a gift. But doing a live stream of the draft, this was a first, and it was definitely something we're going to be doing for years to come.
Cool. Hammer, our friend Katie Dammit, who is our number 1 fan, wants to know, how was the Raiders draft?
I give it an A. First round we got Devontae. Second round we got Adams. And
good one.
The rest was it was great. I was happy with what we need. Like, the needs primarily was linemen, whether it being offensive linemen or defensive linemen. And we talked about it on my show. Even with the undrafted free agents, our roster right now has a depth chart of 16 offensive linemen. So it's going to be a lot of competition in camp in the preseason to see how it pans out. We did draft 2 running backs in the draft. The first one, Zamir White out of Georgia. I'm happy. I think he's going to be a running back of the future. We did decline the option on Josh Jacobs. I don't see us bringing him back $10 million plus a year. No. But Britton Brown out of UCLA, I was scratching my head. I honestly don't even think he makes the 53-man roster. And if he does, it won't even be the roster. It'll probably be as a practice squad guy.
Well, the Bears are going to need some that O-line.
So let me ask you a question of something that Elena sent us this afternoon that we were starting a little chat, but then we got crazy with work. The Oakland A's talking about leaving and going to Vegas. Do you think this is going to be a win for the Raiders? Do you think this is going to help solidify maybe a little bit more clout for the team, or what are your thoughts?
No, and I'll put it out like this. They're not going to be playing at Allegiant. That will not be their home.
No, they're looking at the Tropicana.
Yeah. I do not see it happening. I don't think it's going to be more of a reason to jump on board and I guess follow being a Raider fan now that we've already been in Vegas for going on 3 years now. I don't think it does anything for the fan base, but I will tell you one thing. It was kind of sickening to see the lack thereof when it came to the nation throughout Vegas. We had our people that were at the event.
Yep.
We went to Allegiant, not for a stadium tour. We just went into the Raider image. Me and Mount Shieldmore go in, screaming out, Raiders. You can hear a pin drop.
Mm-hmm.
He had employees in there that wanted to kick us out. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
No, they need the people in Vegas need to wake the hell up. You have a professional football team with a rich history that is definitely on a rise right now, especially with the change of the helm with Ziegler, Champ Kelly, Josh McDaniels. So those that are living out in Vegas, unless you're under a rock, wake the hell up. The nation is here and we're not going nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that the way that you felt about the Raiders is the way sometimes I feel about the Rockets here in Houston. Even, you have Rocket fans that during the playoffs, when they were in the playoffs, and that's when Harden was playing, that you couldn't fill the stadium. And you're kind of like, we're in the playoffs. Like, what's going on? It's a weird phenomenon because of the state we're in. We're big football players, football fans, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is Vegas? You think Vegas is ready? Well, it's been 3 years. So
I think right now, especially with the change of the guard, I do think that you're gonna see Allegiant be packed with a hell of a lot more Raider fans than we saw the first year in Allegiant, most definitely. And with a lot of the moves that we're going to be making moving forward, me and my brothers, we're going to make it known that the Raiders are in Vegas, and you guys are going to be in for a lot of stuff moving forward in Vegas, especially this upcoming season. So if you're not ready, you better get ready.
Threatening folks.
Heard it here first.
I'm ready. I didn't even mind the booing that I received.
You weren't the only one. It's okay. So one of my guys, one of the guys I used to do podcasting with, he is a Chargers fan. And he walked into the room decked out in his powder blue. Man.
That's way worse than me coming in embarrassed.
He walked into no man's land.
Yeah, that Chargers, you can't do that with the Raiders. Like that.
No, but
same with 49ers.
My guys definitely embraced him, and he was hanging out at the table, hanging out with them for a nice part of the night. So it was cool. And shout out to my brother Jake. If you guys haven't seen him, if you are Chargers fans, if you're A's fans, if you're Las Vegas Golden Knight fans, check him out on YouTube. Jake the Snake Sports Talk. You're definitely not going to be disappointed. Dude should be a sports broadcaster or a sports announcer for a living. He's got that voice.
Jake the Snake. also a former wrestler, he was, by the way.
WWF.
All
right, cool. Well, I've got a sushi date with my friends here in West Texas.
Well, I'm sorry, Elena. Sorry. I got to cut you off for a second because there were 3 things I really wanted to say before Hammer came on. Number 1, happy birthday to Elena's godson, Isaiah. That's Derek and Elena Nickerson's son, and he's amazing. He had a 4th birthday party. Yes, and we were all there together, and he's just a great kid, and we're so happy and blessed to see him grow up.
We flew back just for his birthday party.
You said what?
I said we flew back just for his birthday party.
This is true, because I could have spent another night or day in Vegas. Second, to all of those mothers out there, even the mother of the Raiders fans, mothers of Chicago Bears fans, mothers to Ohio State fans, and to my favorite Ohio State fan, Brittany. Happy Mother's Day. May you enjoy this weekend and be gifted flowers and everything that you ever wanted, and champagne, all that stuff. Happy Mother's Day.
I hope no one's watching. Remember, dude, it's Mother's Day this weekend.
That's right.
Go get your gifts. If you haven't, go get your gifts. And the last announcement that I have before Elena takes us out for her sushi date is it's Elena's birthday on Saturday. Yep. And that is going to go just cray. Like, y'all need to be ready because she's not going to be able to post any video because she's probably going to be too busy talking to everybody. I will be posting a video.
Try to post.
There you go.
And if you're in Houston, Texas on May 7th, which is my favorite holiday, I have 150 pounds of crawfish, all you can eat. So come join me at Keneally's Irish Pub. Thank you to Keneally's for throwing me a birthday party. We're going to have live music. We've got a DJ starting at 8, and it is going to get lit because this is a milestone birthday. The big
She's turning 30.
20 what?
I said she's turning 30.
Oh, I said 28. So, somewhere in between.
I look good for my age, so I am not hiding it.
There you go, girl. Yes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And again, appreciate you guys pulling up to the event. It's definitely a great time. And keep doing what you guys are doing. Keep grinding, keep growing.
Thank you. We appreciate all the support. And if you guys want to show support, tell your friends, tell your mothers, brothers, sons, lovers to subscribe to Sports Life Talk with an F On YouTube, follow Dresses and Salted Pretzels. On Instagram, Mizz El Paso on Instagram, Hammer on Instagram. And for our followers that are not following Hammer yet, you better send me a text picture that you have subscribed to his YouTube for my birthday. So for my birthday, everybody better subscribe to Hammer. All right. That's it, baby. Let's go. It's my birthday.
Adios.